What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are at about 1.82 cents right now. We've got about 9 hours left in the day, a little bit less than 9 hours left in the day on this, the 18th of April. If we're looking at this on a 4-hour period, we did go a little bit lower than I was expecting. I thought that we would find support right here in this area. We're basically in this area. We're just below it, you know what I mean? It's not detrimental at all, but a little bit lower than anticipated. However, it looks like we're getting a nice bullish finish to this candle. We have 54 minutes left in this 4-hour period here. I'm not saying that it will close green. We're only up 3%. You know, in 54 minutes, OnyxCoin can definitely move down more than 3% if it wanted to, but it's looking good. It's looking good right now. But what about the volume? There's no volume. We don't need volume, man. We're consolidating. There's no need for volume. When you break out, when you're breaking away, when you're making strides higher, that's when you need volume. You know, here, it's like whenever you're consolidating here, when you break out, that's when you need volume, but you didn't get any volume, did you? So you didn't persist, so that you stopped. You know what I mean? Whenever you break out here, whatever it is, you want to get some volume and you want to persist. You want the volume to persist so that you continue to build. Does that make sense? So here it's not so important, but what I do think is important is that we're looking like we're getting a bullish engulfing candle on this kind of fake move below these lows here, which might encourage people to sell. It might make people think that we're going lower, right? I'm kind of curious what's Cookie Dow doing too. I like to compare Cookie Dow and OnyxCoin, and SwiftCoin, of course. Swift, let's put Swift up there. Swift C. Shout out to the Swifties out there. OnyxCoin is in the lead, but you know we're close enough, man. SwiftCoin could catch up at any day. I mean, if it wants to move up 50% in a day, it definitely can. We're dealing with 3 massive moving coins here. 1.86 cents right now, moving up as we're talking, up about 5%. Love to see it. 4-hour RSI bouncing off the 40 after getting off the oversold zone. Nice. I like this a lot. Overbought, can't get oversold. Looking good. Looking really productive. Yeah, carry on. Carry on. Keep doing your thing. 1-hour time frame here. Looking bullish as well, right? Got a little bit overbought, couldn't get oversold. Very neutral overall, but just volatile. And now we're making a straight run. This seems like you have a purpose. You're going to get into that overbought zone. I think we're going to see some growth today, you guys. So that's awesome. We're gonna grow today. I think today's the day that we break out of this bull flag. Awesome. Awesome. That's going to set us up. Now, I want to be clear. We break out of this bull flag. It doesn't mean that we are going to be to the moon 5 cents today or tomorrow. I mean, it could. We're dealing with something that moves at a very, very short amount of time for these massive movements here. Hold on. It doesn't take a lot of time, but I don't think that by the end of today we're going to be at 5 cents, right? Why am I saying 5 cents? Because the measure move of this bull flag from the low to the high of the flag pole, you put it at the base of the flag here, that puts us at about 5.6 cents. That is the measure target. And when we break out, where is that breakout point going to be, just so that we can all adhere to that? You guys, we're going to break out while I'm making this video. This is great. I hope. Let's see. I think the breakout point would be like right here. Man, we've already broken out, haven't we? Yeah, we're breaking out right now. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're straight doing it. Yeah, man. I don't think that's an appropriate measurement. I think it's kind of funky looking, but I think from this high, I think that's the better look there. Either way, I mean, we're breaking out of it, but if this is a bull flag, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I feel like on a daily time frame, it's a little bit more obvious that it is. But yeah, whenever we break out of this, which it looks like we're doing right now, today we're going to be breaking out of this. That could imply that over the next 3 days, maybe over the next week, let's say, we will be on our way to this target area. So buckle up, you guys. I bought my Onyx coins. I have not sold any. I want to buy some more. I honestly want to buy some more. I've got some short-term plays and some other coins. Maybe I'll hop on this, because this looks like it wants to move up for sure over the coming days. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Don't go selling your coins for the shiny object in the sky, right? If your coin's being boring, whatever coin it might be, you know, I don't think SwiftCoin's going to be boring. I don't think Cookie's going to be boring. But even if these ones are boring over the coming days and OnyxCoin is pumping, please don't sell your boring coins for the exciting coin, because likely you'll buy this coin near the top. You'll sell these coins right before they're about to go on their expedition too. And this thing's got some dramatic prices that it wants to see as well. It wants to go back up to this 4 to 5 cent area as well. Cookie, you know, has a long way to go as well. But I'm using these just as reference because they're here. I'm not trying to shill other projects, but you guys know that I do like Cookie and I do like SwiftCoin, as well as plenty of other coins. But Onyx is my biggest bag. I very much do believe that we're looking like we want to get underway here We rejected a little bit, didn't we? We just found a little bit of resistance there. Curious to see what we do over the next 50 minutes. I have hope that we are going to find support, but that's not a good look as of now, I guess, right? That's not a good look. Getting a breakout, it was a fake out attempt, and then you rejected down. So 50 minutes left. Let's close this up above 18.88, sorry, 1.8 cents. 1.88 cents, 1.9 cents, whatever it is. Close above there on a 4-hour basis. We'll be getting that breakout look. And then if we can follow through with some volume, if some volume can start to come in as we're building, that would be really nice to see. I would love it if today closed above 2 cents. I would love it if today closed higher than this high at 2.06 cents. If we can close today higher than any of the daily closing highs that we've experienced over the past week or so, that would be a very powerful signal that we are in fact underway. And I would think that by the end of next week, within the next, I guess within the next 9 days, but probably even less than that, right? We will see prices that are above this high here. That's going to be phenomenal, man. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But there's still a lot of people who are doubters on OnyxCoin. They think that this is just a fake pump and it's going to go back down to zero, right? This is just a bull trap. That's what they're saying, right? And it's okay, you know. At this point, I think it's rather delusional to think that we're still going down. I mean, it's very clear who's in charge, right? Is it the bulls or the bears? It took all this time. Let's see, from this high, all this time to make that move. It took this time to make that same move for the bulls, right? Who's in charge? Who's got the volume backing them up? Every time we hit a low, we get volume coming in to buy. Every time we pump, we get volume coming in to buy, but we don't get that on the way down. This one here, that's the only time. That's the biggest volume right there. That's the one time right in the heart of it, I guess, where we found resistance right at a critical area. But at this point, again, I think you're already pretty delusional if you think that the price is going to go lower than this low. But all we have to do really is see prices up here above this, and then you've really got no leg to stand on. At that point, you're just either trolling or talking smack just for the sake of talking smack, or you really are delusional in your coping, man. Because whenever we make this next move up here above 4 cents, and we get some volume to back it up, there's no denying that we're on our way to new all-time highs. And I think it's going to be hilarious. I'm going to predict the future right now, you guys. I'm not the best at predicting the future outside of charts, right? And even then, I get it wrong sometimes, right? I'm not perfect. I get it wrong a good bit of the time. But it's not about being right. It's not about being wrong anyways. If it really mattered, I know I'm right more often than I'm wrong. I've kept a log. I've done my own research on myself. I know that I've got like a 60 to 70% win rate. I know that, but it's not about that. It doesn't matter, right? What really matters is, are you making money or not? Because I've had higher win rates before. I've won 20 trades in a row. And then on the one trade that I lost everything that I made in the 20 trades because I didn't have good risk management. You know, it's not about being right or wrong. If you can be right 9 times out of 10 but still lose money, that tells you right there it's not about being right or being wrong. That's why you'll rarely hear me brag, if ever hear me brag about that, because I don't really care. And you shouldn't care either. It's a mark of somebody who's just starting in technical analysis to care about being right or wrong. Right? It's okay to have pride in it. It's okay to pat yourself on the back and be proud of your work. That's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. If someone's losing their mind, if they're getting so jacked on the fact that they were right, that tells you that being right or being wrong matters to them a lot. And the only people that care about being right or being wrong are novices, because the pros, the veterans, the people that have experience in this market, they don't care about being right or wrong. They just care about making money. And if you associate those with the same thing, they're not the same things. Okay, you can be right plenty of times, make money, and then lose it all. Off on a whole tangent there, but being right, being wrong, it doesn't matter. If you're focused on that, you're focused on the wrong things. Focused on making money. And it might seem, if it seems like that is the same thing, that's how you know that you've got a little work to do. And that's fine. But back to the topic of doing work here. I think it's going to be funny. I'm predicting right now, outside of the charts or with the charts, but predicting behavior here on the haters, on the trolls' behalf. What's going to happen is this, guys. We're going to move up. We're going to find resistance somewhere between this area here and 5.6 cents, maybe a little bit higher, but somewhere in this zone, we're going to find resistance. So already, I think that you're coping. I think that you're in denial if you don't believe that this is the low. If you think that we're going to go lower than this is just some kind of fake move. Even more so when we move up here and we see prices above this high. But it's going to be funny because even whenever it's more obvious what's going to happen, I'm calling it right now, we're going to find resistance. They're going to say, oh, it's a double top. I've seen this before. It's going to zero, right? We're preemptively calling the smack talk. It's not going to be a double top, guys. We're going to find resistance at a slightly higher high. We're going to come back. We're going to find support at the resistance. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be plain as day what we're doing, and then we'll continue to rip on our merry way to 20 cents. I'm calling it right now. That's what I'm expecting. And the main reason I'm so confident in that is just this bull flag in itself. Right where we're going to stop, the area, the measure move that we would stop at from a low to a high here, it's literally perfect for a setup of a double top scenario, right? You've got a high here, right there potentially at the measure move. You got another high here. I mean, it's a slightly higher high, but that's a double top scenario. It'll scare some people, maybe give people a reason to sell. But I'm going to be, I mean, I might trade it, you know, and I'll let you guys know if I do. Follow me on x.com if you want to, at Chris Harris 85. That's me, at Chris Harris 85 right there. C-Zar the Great. But I don't believe that it's going to sustain, right? I think that the consolidation that we'll see is going to be something similar to this, maybe even less time, and we'll be on our merry way higher. Really, truthfully, the area that we're going to find some significant resistance, I think it's not going to be until about 8.2 cents or even 10 cents itself or 15 cents up in here. And just because we find significant resistance here doesn't mean that it's going to be long lived like this. I don't think we're seeing that for until we're above 20 cents. And even then it might not be this long lived or that exact same kind of correction, right? It might not be the same move. But what I do think is going to happen is when we get up to this level, we'll ping pong a little bit. We'll find some resistance here and there, and we'll kind of make our way up to 20 cents inevitably. But I would expect that going into the end of this month of April, it's the 18th now, that we're going to move up over the coming week. By the end of next week, which is the 27th, we will see prices above 5 cents, 5.6 cents, something like that. Very, very short amount of time here. Maybe it takes 3 days like last time. Maybe it takes 6 days. Sometimes, and I feel like it's actually very common with bull flags, that whenever you break out of them, the flag pole, if it took 3 days, the breakout move will take longer. It'll take more than 3 days. Maybe it takes 6 days, maybe it takes 9 days, but that's nothing to be concerned about, right? We're going to see that by the end of the month. We'll find our high, our relative high here. We'll consolidate a little bit going into May, and then going into May, we'll start to see these 10 cent, 15 cent price action areas. We'll probably consolidate in May, mid-May, end of May, and then going into June, going into the end of June or the beginning of June, middle of June, I think that we're going to be at 26 cents to 32 cents, somewhere in that area there. That's the expectation. At the end of the day, this is the expectation, 26 to 32 cents. Nothing else matters, right? It's very possible we could stop at lower prices. It's very possible that we could stop at higher prices. But I think that 26 to 32 cents is a very suitable area. If we look at XCN to BTC here, we compare this. I think this, again, is where the truth will be told. This is where we'll know the top is in, or the relative high is in, I should say, because we'll likely find resistance somewhere in an area that makes sense based off of this chart. I'm going to guess, something at 502. Let's just say 502. So Google calculator here, 50. That's the only thing I really use Google for. I should probably just use Grok for this, but 502, right? If we're right here, and I am rounding up a little bit, maybe not because I want to take the wick, but because I want to take the closing low right there, which that is 502. 5021, but let's just say 502. If OnyxCoin versus Bitcoin is up here, what's the price of Bitcoin going to be? Nobody knows, but let's take a guess. I actually just made a video that by the end of May, I'm anticipating that we'll see prices around 150 to 130K by the end of May. By the end of June, we'll be at 170 to 180K. I wouldn't be surprised at the rate that OnyxCoin's growing if we saw the 26 to 32 cent price in the beginning of June. So Bitcoin probably won't be at 170K, but I have a feeling it will be around 150K. So let's just take that price. What would that be, right? 150K. Let's even drop it down a little bit. Let's say 140K. Okay, what would 140K be for OnyxCoin priced in Bitcoin at a 502 ratio there, right? What would that be? 28 cents. Smack dab in the middle of this zone. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. I can't make it up. I wish I could. If I could, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing the math on the BTC pair, because if I was just making this up and it was random, this would probably prove me wrong or give me a totally different outlook. But the fact that it's right smack dab in the middle of the area that we're looking for, I don't know, man. I don't really think that's a coincidence. Let's getting away from the XCN BTC pairing. If we look at XCN and we pay attention to how it moves, and the way of the fibs as well, this is the primary target area. The 1272 to the 1618, that's the primary target zone. The 1886 to the 2618, this is the secondary target zone, okay? You do not gain access to the secondary target zone until you break above the final barrier in the primary target zone. So getting above 16 cents will be a big deal. Getting above 16 cents, essentially, you guys, what I'm saying here, the reason why I'm focusing on this at all is that when you get above 16 cents, right now, 20 cents, 26 cents, 32 cents, those are hypothetical, those are theories. They're possibilities, they're even likelihoods, I would say. But we're guessing. Okay? 16 cents is important because when you get above there, it's no longer a guess. It's basically inevitable at that point, right? It's Thanos. It's purple for a reason. That just worked out. That is a coincidence. But all I'm saying is 16 cents, you get above 16 cents, it's inevitable that we will see another 10 cents in growth from there. You could screw this up. You could screw this up so hard and not buy until we're at 15.7 cents and still lock in a 60 to 70% growth. It's that generous, and probably even more, because I doubt we stop right at 26 cents. I mean, by this, we could stop right there at 28 cents. Maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, but again, that's why it's a range. That's why it's a purple range. So 1.8 cents now. Looking like we're going to get that bullish close on the 4-hour look here. I'm hoping that as we progress higher, we get some volume coming in. I expect the coming days, you guys, to be good at this rate. I'm counting my chickens a little bit early before they hatch here. We do need the breakout. We don't have the breakout yet, right? We want to see this. Looks like you flirted a little bit, but just couldn't quite do it. We might get it now. Closing above this line, getting the breakout does not mean that we're moving up immediately, but it likely does mean we're moving up. After all, whenever we broke out of this bull flag over here, we didn't move up immediately. We started to break out of it here, and then finally we moved up, a week or two later. It could be, days later from now that we really start to move up. Maybe just over the coming days, we're going to see some kind of movement that takes us back to these resistance points, kind of consolidate some more, and then starting next week or in the middle of next week, we'll move up. But I do assume that before the 27th, at this rate, we're at 1.83 cents. Before the 27th of April, OnyxCoin will be at 5 cents or higher, around there, around this high, if not above this high. And the technical measure move is 5.6 cents. So take that to the bank, do whatever you want with it. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I've got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Weekly RSI is killer. Love it. I love pointing it out. I feel like I talk about it at the end of every single video because it's superb. It's miraculous. It's beautiful. Higher lows throughout here. Lower low right there. Higher low in the price. Hidden bullish divergence on this massive bull flag, which we've just broken out of. It's only getting started, guys. If you think that you're late to the party because OnyxCoin pumped a whole 122% last week and we're at the top of that right now, you're a little late to the party, sure. We got a lot more to go though, man. This party ain't over yet. It's like it's like 11 o'clock at night. We got a long time left in this state of debauchery, but I got nothing else for you guys. I'm just talking at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. 3-day time frame looks good. Daily time frame looks good. Weekly time frame looks good. 4-hour looks good. I love that bounce off the 40, man. I would really love it if in the next 37 minutes this thing closes green. If we close red, man, if by the time most of you guys watch this, it's red, that would just suck, but that's okay. It wouldn't suck. Even if we go lower than this low, it's fine. We could go, you guys, we could go all the way down to 1.1 cent and we're fine. So just be aware. It's not a problem if that happens, but I'm excited because the sooner that we break out of this, the sooner that we start moving up, the more fun it is, right? It's more fun to watch the price go up. Okay, I'm really done this time. Bye-bye.